Digicel TV, home of Rugby League. Dial star 515 hash to subscribe.
Hello, I'm Tracy Pa with the Midday News. Streets in Lae flood every time it rains. Lae MP John Russo said the first and foremost concern with this is the reckless discarding of rubbish by residents who think drains and footpaths are places where they can throw their rubbish. He also said road and drainage reserves have been occupied by people who have obtained land titles over these reserves, resulting in the Lae City Authority being unable to access them to work. The LCA has been exploring options to rectify these issues. Engineers are looking at redesigning the drainage systems and ways of preventing trash blockage and clogging. The Lae MP further said the public should use common sense in disposing garbage as rubbish ends up in drains and causes clogging. The recent launch of a community walkway and water project in Gabi village and city marks a beginning of a new era based on mutual friendships, understanding, unity and partnership among Gulf and city and Motu Koita leadership, clarifying the demarcation of mandated roles and duties, and City Governor Powers Backup said NCDC and its office are responsible for major infrastructural developments in the city, while working alongside open MPs and indigenous governments to deliver basic services. The water project and walkaway for the Gulf people of Gabi village is an initiative of the Gulf provincial government and NCD.
So many cultures, they come here to make Port Moresby their home. They must see this example of our Kenaba people, east and west, coming here, living peacefully with our Motuan and Kodabut people. This is the culture and heritage and history that we must hold and amplify and become the main culture and, behavior or lifestyle in the city.
The Office of the Governor for Gulf has supported the Flexible Open Distance Education Institute with 1 million kina funding support to set up a Ford Center in Gulf Province in an effort to increase the literacy levels and the overall standard of education and infrastructure. The Governor would like very much that Ford becomes an integral part of the learning curriculum in the province. Ford Principal Anthony Ryapan urged the people of Gulf and the provincial government to allocate land for the project to commence.
The project to complete 2 million project. And our governor, as already you heard in the speech by MC was mentioning, we had a very difficulty to secure the land. Finally, we got the title. And he also assured that 4 staff houses also can be built in a designated place. Thank you very much. We are very thankful. We will also go ahead and plan.
The standard of education, the level of infrastructure is not all that great. And Ford is the best alternative for my province.
Meanwhile, Ford Principal Anthony Ryapan said the Gulf Ford Center project will cost at least 2 million kina. Ryapan said this means that they will need more funding support to complete the project. It is a commitment both sectors will work towards ensuring that the required fund is available for the completion of the project. Farmers in Eastern Islands Province are thankful to the Fresh Produce Development Agency and the British American Tobacco for the initiative solar dryers to store and cure bulb onions. 5 solar dryers were constructed at the cost of 200,000 kina in 5 different locations to help farmers store their onions produced before they are supplied to urban markets. The 5 selected sites are at Sogumi Lower Bena, Kamufa, Miamolo in Goroka, Kabufa Secondary School, Goroka, Nipuka Lower Asarodolo, and Keremu Village, Upper Asarodolo. All the solar dryers will be launched next month. SK2 Li Nupi Farmers Cooperative is comprised of 112 farmers. It is a recipient group from Sogumu Village. Chairman Albert Ukaya said the farmers are looking forward to using the solar dryer. In regional news, a United Nations agency has removed a document from its website that incorrectly said Tasmanian Aboriginal people are extinct. The document was created more than 4 decades ago, and the local Aboriginal community says it is an example of a racist myth that continues to be propagated.
Is home to one of the world's last remaining temperate wilderness areas, a place of such unique and pristine value that it was inscribed on UNESCO's World Heritage List in 1982. But the declaration was based on an official report that incorrectly said Tasmanian Aboriginal people are now an extinct race of humans.
It's highly offensive. It's a racist myth that's been used against Tasmanian Aboriginal people for a long time now.
UNESCO has now confirmed that it removed the document in May. On the same day, a media report suggested it had refused to do so despite the concerns of the Tasmanian and Australian governments.
I think it was absolutely vital to remove the document. It really undermines the history of survival and resilience that Tasmanian Aboriginal people have shown.
And it's regrettable that it's taken this long for UNESCO to get with the times.
The myth of extinction has been propagated since the death of Tasmanian Aboriginal elder Truganini in the 1870s.
It's an attempt to avoid having to deal with the injustices of the past and the invasion of Aboriginal lands by falsely claiming that we no longer exist.
UNESCO is expected to adopt a new statement of values for the Tasmanian wilderness next month, one that recognises 40,000 years of Aboriginal connection to country that continues to this day.
In sports, the Ho FC Men's Olympic qualifier Group B matches got off to a good start on Monday, 28 August. Solomon Islands secured 3 points in their opening game against Vanuatu, and Samoa beat Tonga at the Trust Arena in Auckland.
Islands captain Javin Y confidently struck the opener from 12 yards after the referee's signal, a handball following a Solomon Islands corner. The Solomon Islands were the strongest side for large stretches of the 90 minutes, but failed to create as many clear-cut chances as their territorial dominance would have suggested. Aside from Y's penalty, Vanuatu goalkeeper Brendan Tancon was largely untested. The second half was played with intense and energy from both sides. In fact, it was Vanuatu who came out after the break with peppers. Solomon Islands will now face the other winner, Samoa, in the second group stage match, whilst Vanuatu will look to get off the mark when they take on Tonga later in the week. The match between Samoa and Tonga was fought hard. Samoa had a lot of energy, dominating from start to finish, giving Tonga little opportunity. There was strong local support from both sides, as Samoa started brightly controlling possession deep into Tonga territory, and their opponents happy to sit back and try to exploit any space on the counter. Tonga struggled to create some magic in the final stages with no chances, as Samoa kicked in 3 goals to Tonga 0. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
This ends the midday news. Join us at 6 for more.